And I have a question now.
Go for it.
I thought something like, do you have any specific openings for blitz and bullets?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I have so many.
Oh.
Give me E4 or D4. Just
Mhm.
choose your poison.
Okay, first differ.
D4. Okay. So
Yes.
one great opening for bullets. Um, I posted this in a YouTube video. I'm curious if
Mhm.
you've seen it, but there's a trap in the England Gambit.
England. I have heard and probably I have seen, but E5.
So what would you do
Someone
as
played.
white?
Someone played like in blitz or bullet
Mm,
E5, but I used to take on E5.
you take, and maybe we can play this out. I'll play bishop c5.
Oh well. Okay, so I'll be with white. Let me
Sure.
just flip the board.
And treat it like a bullet game. Like you have to move quickly.
Sure. Um, here we go. Um, well, okay.
Oh,
Oops, oops, no worries. Can you take back?
what would you do? You would take the knight here, right?
No. Oh my goodness, your
Oh, you
reaction
were
was
so
like.
generous to give me a take back.
Your reaction was like.
But you assume it's just a blunder. Like you would like. But that's so nice to offer a take back. And you ruined my trickery with kindness. So E3 obviously, but like this is it's amazing for bullet because so many people just instinctively take the knight.
uh,
And as black in this position, the key is to pre-move 97
well.
because so many people will take you pre-move 97. It looks like a mouse slip pre-move, and I have a whole
Mm-hmm.
video like diving into this. And I have a compilation of trapping a lot of people with this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, this is awesome. Like, okay, I'll try one
and
day.
the amazing thing is after D4, if you check like the online databases,
Mm-hmm.
this whole line, it's every single move is the top move for white. So this is the most common move. This is most common. This is most common. And most people online take the knight.
Wow, and Bishop F. Oh my. Wow.
So like there's a decent likelihood.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, like the video I made, so many people watched it that a lot of people are aware of it, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
they'll be more likely not to go into it. Um, but it's
I
still
mean,
nice to know.
if he does not take on E7 and just play it through, I think it's better for white because we have extra 2 pawns, 1 pawn.
White will be up a pawn, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if white takes on c7, there's the same trap though.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people will play bishop f4 here, and there, you can still get the trap. You would have pre-move knight e7, and now as black you should pre-move knight c6. Again, this is assuming bullet chess. If you pre-move knight c6, imagine white takes. Knight c6 is played instantly,
Still.
and
Uh-huh.
white will maybe take here, and then again you win the
Yeah,
queen.
sure. I see. Wow.
So I discovered this maybe a couple of months ago. There's another streamer, GM Derek, who kind of innovated this trap.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually trapped Naroditsky in this line as black.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's a weapon you can add to your arsenal for bullet chess. I could show you my weapon against e4 too. Um, you have to maybe know some more lines, but against e4 I like to play what's called
Mm-hmm.
the Stafford Gambit, is knight takes e5 and knight c6.
Uh-huh. Yes. So this is for bullet and blitz, right? It's Stafford.
Blitz or bullet, I've played it even in like 10-minute or 20-minute games.
Mm-hmm.
Objectively, like if you turn on the engine, engine will usually say around +2.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's not easy to play for white. There's a lot of traps white can fall into.
Mm-hmm.
If maybe we can, like, I can try and demonstrate, like, as white, what would you do here? Maybe we can play out a
Okay.
line.
Okay, so it's my mono and all right. Okay. Well, probably I would play.
Yeah, d3 is very natural.
Well, um,
You're playing like one of the best variations.
one of the best. Which side?
This is actually like one of
You mean?
the most recommended variations, but I'm still gonna try and trick you.
Oh well. Well, I don't want to get mated. Let's take it.
It's good strategy.
Uh-huh. Mm.
Oh, my bishop's still hanging.
I know.
Okay, you played this well. You didn't walk into any immediate
Yeah.
landmines. Obviously, avoiding the checkmate on d1.
Unfortunately, our opponents can't hear us.
You did this better than most people
Mhm.
who encounter the opening for the first time. Just to show some potential traps. There's a lot of people that will play bishop g5 here. Looks very natural. And
Yes.
then amazing move for black, knight takes e4.
Uh-huh.
Losing the queen, but then mating.
Bishop g. Oh, wow. This is so pretty.
Yeah, white's just lost here. If bishop e3, we take, and queen h4. G3, we take. And if pawn takes knight, we don't take the bishop, but we can win the queen with bishop f2.
Yes.
If king e2, bishop g4, otherwise we're taking. So that's one of the classic kind of fun traps. There's a lot of players that will play either d3 and then knight c3, or knight c3 and then d3. Even Hikaru played this against like an amateur player in one of his like speedrun videos, walking into knight g4, and black's already better because there's no great way to defend f2. White has to play bishop e3, and then we win back the pawn with a good position.
And both bishops and.
So there's so many traps. I have many videos on YouTube. Another common one is bishop c4, which is natural development. Walks into knight g4, castling, and then queen h4, and white's just dead.
I have a question.
Sure.
Who invented this Stafford Gambit?
So it's named. I think the first recorded game in it was by a player named Stafford. But there's not so much history with the opening.
Stafford.
And before maybe a few years ago is very, very rare. But I think it's been more common recently. Some of the videos I have on Stafford have, at least one of them has like close to 2 million views. So
Wow.
so people are becoming more aware of the opening. Actually, the most popular video I have, I show there's a line. So bishop e2, so what you played, and then h5, and then a lot of people will just kind of castle here. And then there's a nice trap, knight g4, h3, and queen d6.
Oh, we can't take.
And if white takes with the pawn, it's forced mate. Like white has no defense here. Rook e1, we check and mate. So the video I posted, I trapped 3 people in like the same day. And if g3, which a lot of people play, then we just take on g3 and we mate.
Wow. So it seems like innocent variation when it starts with black Stafford, but then it turns really tough for white.
I mean, there's so many lines which white just plays naturally and then just runs into random tactics. I'll show you one more. My favorite trap It's one of the deepest traps. Is bishop c5. So knight c3, bishop c5. White's going to play super safe. White's going to play bishop e2, play h5.
Mhm.
And now, what would you think is the safest move for white? Like black wants to play knight g4.
After knight g4, what's the safest move for white?
So after h5 in this position, if you
Okay.
want to be super safe as white, what do you play?
Well, I think h3 seems logical.
So h3 looks like it stops all the counterplay now. There's no more knight g4. White's pretty much, I don't want to say completely losing, but on the verge of just almost completely losing
Oh,
after h3.
what is happening
And
here?
it involves like maybe an 8-move variation involving 2 sacrifices. 2 minor piece sacrifices. In the end, White's king is going to be on d4.
d4?
And it's almost completely forcing. So I'll just show you. I've given this to grandmasters where like I'll have them try and calculate the whole thing. It's not easy, but we start with queen d4, threatening mate.
Castle?
Looks natural to castle, and now knight g4. And now we're attacking f2.
Queen e1, probably.
If queen e1, we play queen e5. And the same idea as earlier.
Oh, and
g3 doesn't
is
work.
G5.
f4 is illegal because it's pinned. If takes, it's forced mate. Bishop takes, it's just a devastating attack for black. So what a lot of people will do, they'll take the knight, and then we're threatening queen e5 with forced mate. d3 doesn't help. So the only way to prolong the game is to play g3. And now white wants to play this and this. So there's only one winning continuation for black. It's really beautiful. So start with queen e5, threatening mate in 1. King g2.
King g2.
Now black to move. Find the only winning move.
I think I found rook h2.
Rook h2 looks like
No,
it's very attractive. Unfortunately,
mhm.
white can take, and if you check,
It's
there's
draw
this move.
maybe. Oh, king g1. Oh,
King g1. I know you wanted to like do this stuff, and then d4 happens.
Yes.
You lost a rook and a
I
knight.
rushed the rook h2. No.
Keep in mind, you're already down a knight. White's ready to neutralize everything. So people in chat can try and find it too. I'm sure there's some people who've seen this.
I want to find it. Maybe I thought already. I don't know. Just broke something. Bishop f4, f2.
So there's a
Yes.
lot of moves being suggested in chat, but yeah,
thinking-
good job to everyone suggesting bishop f2. So it's a second minor piece sacrifice.
I did not see it. Just
And the idea, we're completely destroying the whole king side. If rook takes, then we play queen h5.
h5, yes.
And there's no rook h1. Queen h3 is unstoppable. Rook f4 is a try. But then still, okay, now queen h2, and this is just crushing. Rook h1 coming.
And you said about king d4, and
so the other line, yeah, the best try is king takes. And then we play rook h2. King e1 it's made in 2. So king e3 we take. And this is a line where the king goes to d4. And we're down 2 minor pieces. But we're completely winning. Just bishop e6, we're ready to castle queenside, and engine will give maybe not force mate, but it's like -5.
Wow. king d4. Oh.
So it's a beautiful opening, especially for
Mhm.
unsuspecting players. And I've trapped like some very strong players in this line and other lines too. So hopefully that gives you
King
some
also here.
inspiration.
This is funny. And this was from Black, as you said. And do you have any other traps?
Oh, I have so like I could spend days upon days sharing
Oh,
traps. But the ones I
uh,
just show you are some of my like I guess two favorite openings for Blitz and Bullet just to try and trap people quickly,
mhm.
especially people who aren't prepared. Um, I mean, if you name an opening, I could go like if you want to if there's any opening that you want to see traps in, um, I mean from the white
Um,
side too.
trap against Queen's Gambit. Oh,
Oh, against
someone
Queen's
says
Gambit.
yes.
Okay, I'll share. Yeah, sure. I'll share.
Huh?
I had mentioned it earlier. Are you familiar with the name Cambridge Springs?
I have heard like most of, but yes.
It's another opening. If white just plays all the natural moves,
Mhm.
white's gonna be in trouble. And like one of the main lines in Queen's Gambit is the setup with Bishop G5, Knight F3, E3, Bishop D3.
Mhm.
Do you play this as white? Maybe you play something similar.
I play with Knight F3 and Bishop
Oh,
F4.
Bishop F4. Okay, so maybe
Yes.
a bit different.
Mhm.
Yeah, Cambridge Springs doesn't quite work against Bishop F4, and we'll see why. Um, but for the purposes of this, let's just imagine Bishop G5. Um, I'll share one additional kind of bonus trap just to start off. If Knight D7, you can start with this move. This is a pretty famous one. It's called the elephant trap, where it looks like you're losing a pawn because you've
Oh, I
blocked
think I
the.
know this.
Yeah. So what happens if white
Yes.
takes?
Should I say or wait for chat?
Oh, there's already someone in my chat knowing the move. I think someone's saying S takes D5. Not sure what S stands for.
Maybe he's
Some different
listening
language for knight.
languages.
But yeah, we lose our queen temporarily,
Mhm.
but then we win back the queen, and in the end, we're gonna be up a piece.
Mhm.
Good job, people in chat,
Yes,
for
they
spotting
did
us.
so good.
Okay, so we like white can't win a pawn here. Let's imagine white continues developing. So we play kind of a triangle semi-Slav setup,
Mhm.
and then we play queen a5. So have you seen this before?
Probably.
Maybe at some
Probably
point.
yes. Yes, yes, yes.
So it's very similar to what I had shown earlier in the London with this. It's basically the same position earlier, but our bishop is here rather than here.
Mhm.
But there's still traps which exist, combining this move, and ideas of targeting the bishop and the
Yes.
knight. So the natural move here for white is just developing. And now black to move and win material.
Um. I know. I know. As you showed me in London, it's like similar, I think.
Oh, do you want to play bishop a3?
Yes.
I think the thing with bishop a3.
No, not first move.
Uh-huh.
After d takes c4.
Oh, okay. So you want to take on c4 first?
Yes. And then bishop a3.
I'm actually wondering why that doesn't.
Working. Yes.
It's not the move, but I think bishop a3. There's queen,
Yes.
but maybe. So I'll say we can look into bishop a3. I'll say the simpler move is knight e4. It's
Yes,
a fork.
this.
We attack the knight and the bishop twice. And we're guaranteed to win a pawn here. A lot of people won't see their bishops attack twice. They'll defend the knight, and then we win the bishop.
This is logical, but I was just trying to find something
Like super genius.
Yes, like something extraordinary move. Like
I'm really curious. Bishop a3, because the idea would be if the queen defends somehow, we would take and then play this move.
oh, did you ask me something?
I'm just trying to figure out. I might just quickly check the engine because I know this is not the right move, but I don't know why.
Mhm.
Bishop a3. Oh, so engine saying queen b3, and if we take
Taken
94,
94.
I guess there's some issue. I can just get
Mhm.
compensation, like castle.
Like this is too like complicated variation.
It's complicated, yeah,
Yes,
but
it's not necessary.
it's a line black wins a pawn, but doesn't
Mhm.
get a great position.
Yes.
So it's usually better to keep this bishop, and you win a pawn without having to trade off your good bishop.
Oh, this, I think this is really famous, like d takes e4, then 94. This trap.
D takes e4, 94, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And I guess white, I forget exactly, I haven't shown this in a while. White will have to defend the bishop somehow. I guess bishop f4. And then we win a pawn. It's actually nice. We keep initiative. We take. Imagine white takes. We fork the king and bishop. Knight d2, only move. And we're up a pawn, and we keep initiative. We're either threatening to trade queens with takes on d2 or win the bishop straight out. So another nice opening trap.
Someone is saying that you both are a great team, learning so much from you both. Any traps from attacking as white in King's Indian attack?
White against King's Indian.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you're the d4 player. You play like main line, but you maybe play more positionally and less trappy lines.
Yes.
I could share. I mean, I showed earlier the one trap in London, where like we allow e5 and then we win the pawn. So King's Indian, assuming we play normal moves, is like this. Is this what you play as white?
Yes, I do. Bishop e2.
Bishop e2.
Yes.
Black usually plays e5. You castle.
Yes.
Knight c6.
And then bishop e3.
Oh, you play bishop e3 here.
Yes.
Gotcha. So only one trap comes to mind from this position. There's a lot of theory here. I'm sure there's other traps. There's a line where white plays d5. So one of the key lines. Knight e7. Knight e1. I'm trying to remember. I think it's knight d7. Anyway, I'll get to the key position. f3, f5. And then if you want to play like an offbeat line as white and set up kind of, it's a positional trap, is to play g4 here.
G4? G4?
Yes.
Whoa, I've never seen that.
And it's not a typical King's Indian move to like push the g pawn on the king's side when black is trying to attack. But the point, and just to explain kind of the psychology, when black is playing the King's Indian, the main line is bishop d3, or bishop e3, f4, bishop f2, and usually black tries to get this this pawn chain and the pawn swarm rolling. When you play g4, a lot of players will still play f4 and try and like gain space, but this is a trap. Pawn f4, it's a very critical mistake, and the reason why is because white plays h4. And from a very deep strategic kind of point of view, black can never crack the king side. Like black has no attack anymore on the king side. Anytime black plays a pawn break, if g5, there's h5. If h5, there's g5. So black just can't attack. White's going to play knight g2, defend the pawn, maneuver the bishop, and long term, white's going to just attack on the queen side. It's a very good King's Indian position. So
I've seen one position lately that here was same moment then that black played f4, and now black does not have any attack on king side. Yes, yes, I understand. So that's why this g4 is good.
So the whole point of g4 is to like kind of slow down black's attack and question like what black is doing next. And
But,
if black takes, then we take and we play h3, and again it's kind of hard to attack for black on the king side.